Hello everyone, got a great video for you today. I'm on the Cincinnati Eastern Railroad. You're going to see a little bit of railroad switching. They got to pick up a car. And we've got some really classic locomotives on this train. Eastbound rock train with 2 locomotives that you're really going to love. So start the video, son. Here we go, Cincinnati Eastern Railroad. All right, here we go. Ogden Drive, Sardinia, and there's a house for sale right by the railroad crossing. Look at that. Here comes the train. It's one of those barcodes. Wow, this is a good one. That was a good one. Wow, I haven't been to this spot here in years. This house is for sale right next to this railroad crossing. And this passing siding is used as a storage track. They've got a lot of cars on it right now too. So that house right there is for sale. I remember when that was for sale 10, 12 years ago, something like that. And I showed it to my daughter and her family, but they didn't like it. So they moved into a different one, and now they're in another house. Look at there, there's 3 tracks. That one's got some trees growing out of it. We are on the east side of Sardinia right now. All right, let's go get them again. That was a good one. They're picking up a car over here on the Sardinia passing siding. See, they cut the locomotives off. They came down this rusty siding right here to get the car out of storage. There they are, right down there. All right, they're coming off the rusty siding back onto the main. There they come. They're pulling out of the siding here. Gates have activated. It's raining right now, so I'm sitting in the truck. I got kind of lazy. I don't feel like getting all wet. So I believe that they're digging a car out of all these storage cars. And it must be way back in this cut. All this property on this side of the tracks just sold about a year or so ago. Somebody bought a really nice wooded lot with the railroad going alongside of it. They got a lot of railroad frontage. I don't remember how many acres it was. It's a nice parcel though. The property on the other side of the tracks just sold a couple years ago. And they're doing something with boats. I noticed that they've got like 100 boats on that property. I don't remember seeing those boats last time I was here. I don't think they were here. They must have just started bringing them in for storage. Got some boxcars here too. Look at this. It's rare to see boxcars moving out here on the east end of the line. You don't see the boxcars moving out this way very much. They use boxcars at Hutamaki. They ship big rolls of paper in them. And then sometimes they'll ship out scrap paper in the boxcars.
I think there's about 20 more here.
They got a lot of cars on this siding, don't they? Yeah, I'm gonna pull up a little bit. I think that guy was wanting to turn around. Yeah, maybe not.
you about 10 more now. 1-0.
Wow. 10 more. Didn't know they had that many cars on this track. Look at all these little cement hoppers. This is a Seaman Road Railroad crossing. They put these gates up a few years ago. Used to just be crossbuck protected. Hey, there's the last one.
Good, about 5 shorties now. 5. Four.
He's looking for the switch over there.
Three.
Well, that was cool. He's going to jump off, he'll switch the track, and then they'll reverse back onto the main. He's just coming off the siding.
Time to get me down, I'll do it.
That'll do it.
Alright, you got lighting gates here.
All right, here we go. Reversing back. They're on the main now.
I'm about 5 from here now. 5.
Got to shove back 5 car lengths. That's what that means. It's still raining.
And 4. Three now.
Uh-oh, I hear music. Turn that music down a little bit.
2.
I don't think it's loud enough to pick it up. I'll try to talk over top that music.
20. 10. That'll do. Stretch when you can. Okay.
Cool. Yeah, there's music playing in that car over there. Hey, they turned it off. Good. Can't have a copyright for music.
1657.
Wow, that was cool. All right, I'm gonna pull up again. In case they want to turn around. There is another lane they can turn around in on the other side too. They're backing into the other lane. They're not using this one, so let's go right back again. All right, they're getting ready to do something here. Dropping 3-step. Cool. I think you said pole 10 ahead.
You're all cut away.
You can hear the cut being made. That was pretty cool. You could hear the cut. That was awesome. It was right over there. I thought that they were farther on down where they're making the cut.
Need about 5 more now.
5 more car lengths.
4. 3. 2. Last one. Time to get the meat down there by 7. Stopping on.
Oh yeah, they pulled one car out of there. One of the small covered hopper cars. Pulled one car out.
Gates up and 1.
There we go, coming across the crossing. Cool.
Up and riding, clear 50, 5-0.
That was cool. There's a certain way you have to get on. That was pretty awesome. So now they got to put all these cars back in the siding. They had to get that one out. Isn't that interesting? They just need that one car for some reason. I guess the owners need it. These are storage cars here. The owners of these cars pay the railroad so much per day to store them out here. And then when they need them, they contact the railroad and then they'll pull them back out for them. So apparently that one is needed for something. I think it's about 42 degrees right now, and the temperature is supposed to be dropping. There's the boxcars.
Good for 30 more now, 3 up.
Good for 3 more. They do have a lot of cars in storage on this line. They do a good storage car business. They've got flat cars out at Plum Run. They've got a bunch of tankers right here. You got some covered hoppers. I think maybe some tankers at Mount Zion. They got a bunch of tankers stored at Batavia. So they use these passing tracks for storage. Pretty awesome to watch them move around. $25 to a tie. So he said 30 cars before, so I thought he said 3, he said 30. He's way back there then.
Even if we did, it won't fit in between that green line there I just went by.
Listen to these motors. Love that sound. Oh, that's awesome. All right, they're getting ready to come back out of the siding. Gates will probably activate at any time. I'll show you where the train's at. Right there. All right, they're getting ready to come back out onto the main. They just cut the engines away. There comes the locomotives. And there's the gates activated. Okay, here we go, getting ready to shove back again. Lights and gates.
Down 4, so goodbye. 45, watch it.
4 car lengths to a tie. Cool. That'll do it. A little stretch. Now they got 3-step. You have to have 3-step protection anytime somebody gets in between the cars. Got to protect them. Alright, so he's going to cut the air back in, and then they're going to head eastbound. You can see the whole train go across this crossing here. Pump the air up a little bit. They'll be coming across this crossing in a few minutes. They're about to proceed eastbound. Lights and gates. There's the car in the front they picked up. Little cement hopper. Their next stop will be at Mount Zion. That's about 9 or 10 miles, something like that. I'm just guessing. Around 9 or 10 miles. That was pretty cool, wasn't it? And this is a good train here too. Love seeing that little switcher. That and the green locomotive are my favorite ones.
Good roll by, high ball.
There you go, good roll by. And that's the conductor in the van over there. He'll run ahead of the train to Mount Zion. That's where their next work is at. And there they go. And we're going to get them up in Macon. So here we go. That was pretty cool. Thanks for watching. Wait, there's more. There always is. Hey, I'm in Macon, Ohio. Downtown Macon, Ohio. And the train is just now coming up over the little ridge right here. This is where Cohen used to be. Right there, that siding. I've got a lot of videos of Cohen using that siding to ship out loads of scrap metal. There's the crossing of 62. Downtown Macon. Here comes the train. Pretty good little load for these two locomotives. GP15-1 and a MP15DC. Wow, is it windy now. Temperature dropped to 41 and it's supposed to drop down into the 20s by this evening. By the commute home, they said. Ooh, is it windy. Coming up over the grade. Working hard. Good unroll by. The conductor's over there on the other side of the tracks. He parked in that big parking lot. He did a roll-by inspection on the train going across the highway. Next town is Winchester, and then they go to Mount Zion to do some work. All right, thanks for watching. There they go. Here's a look at the rail before the train comes over it. It's kind of hard to see because it's so wet, all the rain we've been getting. There's a little bit of rust, not much. They had a train go through yesterday. But wait, there's more. I'm in downtown Winchester, Ohio, and here comes the train. And that's the Winchester Ag spur right there. They got several cars sitting on it. Temperature's dropping, I can definitely feel it. Wow, it's windy. There you go. Going over the little rise here in Winchester. Let's have a look at the track. All right, so the rustier one, that is for the spur, the Win Ag spur. And there's your main. Main line got nice and shiny. Look at that. There's a look at the top of the rail after the train went over. Nice and shiny. Downtown Winchester. Wow, I'm freezing. You can really feel the temperature dropping, especially with the wind. Hey, thanks for watching my videos, everyone. I appreciate your support. Check out another one after this video. Every view helps my channel. I got all kinds of stuff. I got playlists with street running trains, steam trains. I got military trains, all kinds of stuff. All right, thanks for watching. But wait, there's more. I'm in downtown Seaman, Ohio, population 973. Seaman was founded in 1888 with the coming of the Cincinnati and Eastern Railroad, and it's named after the Seaman family. Got the train coming from that direction right there. That's the old Seaman Life Squad building. So here we go, downtown Seaman, Ohio. All right, here's a close look at the top of the rail in Seaman, Ohio. Look at this. Look how rusty it is here. It's been a while since the train's been out this way, hasn't it? Anyways, the train's coming right now. A little bit of rust on the rails, gonna get all shined up. All right, they're going to Plum Run, Ohio, to the Heidelberg Quarry where they'll load those cars. There's another train out there at Plum Run right now. 2 locomotives are out there, the SD40-2 and the B23-7. They're out there switching cars around right now. So tomorrow we should have a loaded rock train come this way. Let's have a look at the rail, see how shiny it got. Look at the difference. It is really shining now. Downtown Seaman, Ohio, population 973. Thanks for watching. That'd be a cool place to live. They got a great view of the trains right there. They also have a post office here. It's just around the corner from me. All right, thanks for watching, everyone. And if you have time, check out all of my videos to help my channel out. All right, we'll see you later. What does that say? Seaman Farm Garden and Pet Center. Cool. All right, we'll see you later. Kinds of live action there.